Associate and OD Coordinator of SK Associates and Group, and we both are your hosts for today talk show. Please kindly introduce yourself, Miss Durga.
I'm Dr. Durga Surekha, professor from SSBS School of Business Studies, dealing with the subject business ethics and corporate social responsibility.
And also introduce yourself, Striya and Steve Naresh.
Hi everyone, my name is Shreya Das. Right now we are pursuing post-graduation diploma from SIS College of Arts, School of Business Studies, and I am the student head for CSR committee.
So good evening everyone. I'm Shiv Naresh. Same class we are classmates pursuing PGDM. So I am the student head of ISR, which is institutional social responsibility.
Yeah, great. Okay, moving ahead. Let's start meeting.
Okay. The only things that stand between you and your dream is the will to try and believe that is actually possible. It's a beautiful quote by Joel Brown. So, with this quote, I would like to bring our talk show named Conversation with Consultants with episode 42 of our guest talk series.
Yeah. Can I take it
Okay.
over?
No. Before we begin our talk show, let me briefly introduce SK Associates and Group. We are an ISO certified management consulting firm registered under the MSMEG Act 2006 with the Government of India. Our mission is to provide consulting services to student entrepreneurs globally, covering areas such as compliance, operations, marketing, research and development, human capital strategy, and operations. Our passion lies in helping these budding entrepreneurs bring their dreams and life to contribute to global economic growth.
Entrepreneurship is a catalyst for a change and innovation. It's a powerful force that can reshape industries, transform lives, and make the world a better place. We are committed to supporting student entrepreneurs on their journey, equipping them with the tools, knowledge, networks they need to succeed.
Now, before we begin our show, let's take a moment to introduce our guest for today. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome Ms. Durga Surekha, Senior Professor, SIES Business School, Mumbai, to this special event. We are truly honored by your presence today. We are thrilled to have you share this momentous occasion with you. And we would like to start this interview with our first question for you. And your first question is, what inspired you to pursue a career in academia? Hello, I'm audible. Hello, I'm
Yes.
audible, Miss Durga.
Something by default I have come from research setup. See, I'm basically born and brought up at Hyderabad. I've done my master's in sociology and MPhil in sociology and PhD in sociology from Usmania University. So my dream was to get into some non-government organization and take it over as a program coordinator, program officer, or get into top non-government organization. But that did not force me to get into it, but nature decides different. So I had to migrate to Calcutta in the year 1995, and there by the year 1999 I completed my PhD from Usmania University and took over to Center for Urban Economic Studies, University of Calcutta, and I got into research setup of doing research in the area of health status of women, domestic violence, and consumer rights. And from there, we shifted again to Mumbai, and that's how I entered to SSBS School of Business Studies from the year 2007. And coming from a sociology background to entering into a management institution, the journey was totally a different perspective. And if this is fine with my first question, yeah, then I will stop it here. What you would like to ask me in the second question?
Okay. Your next question is, how did your journey with ISIES Business School been?
Yeah. To begin with, I have an exposure to three different cities. That is, born and brought up at Hyderabad. Calcutta, I stayed for 9 years, and back to Mumbai. Now almost 15 years, 18 years, I settled at Mumbai. So the climate is different and the culture is totally different. And at Hyderabad, it is totally a conservatism or that type of culture we see. And when we come to Calcutta, it is the warmthness, the affection the people show, that is totally a different exposure. And people are slow, but actually the quality of return that they do, it is unmeasurable. So when I worked at Calcutta University, I realized uh, different cities give you a different exposure of living, and also your exposure also will become a part of your learning, and that learning you can teach as an experience to the students. And when the year 2007, during that time we shifted to Mumbai, Navi Mumbai. And when I put my first application in Navi Mumbai college, I did not know how I will fit into the management institute, because totally the subject was a sociologist and a management education is totally different. But when coming to a management education, the subjects are totally different. I was first not accepted, but that then our mentor and a director, Dr. A.K. Sengupta, confirmed, or rather told, you just stay in the management institute over a period of time. You learn through the course of time. First 3 months, I was lost in the management institute in the year 2007. I did not even know what is my role, what are my expectations in the subject and all. But when slowly I started realizing management education is a holistic development, and the area that is lost is the social sector. Coming from a sociology background with focused interviews, subjects, and getting to know the relationships and people, management institutes also need this subject a lot. So slowly it was a self-built understanding of the subject. Then I created a vision and mission to the subject. Like now, the background of the students who come to the management institutes are from a filthy rich background. Their attitude is different, their behavior is different, but their acceptance to the social sector is zero. See, so this is the general outline that I got in the understanding the management education. And at the same time, the management education is like that. It is an application based solution, case study, situational analysis. But this subject, if it is not taught to them, will be lost in the development of India. So then I realized I should start, it's better we start incorporating the social sector understanding of the subject. So that's how I entered into the Management Institute. And in the year 2008, all the students who are coming to the Management Institute graduate with a PG degree in management business education. So in the year 2008, we introduced the exposure of students to a non-government organization as a social sector project. Initially, the acceptance was zero. There were moments when the parents threatened me that you'll lose your job, and job was my priority. So I did not know whether to manage at my level or leave it to the management. So at my discretion, I would convince and manage it. Second year also, it was not accepted. The students' parents complained to the higher authority by telling, how can our management students who pay so much of fees and all can go to a slum rehabilitation program, walking in the by lanes and cleaning the studying a survey and all. It is not the cup of tea of the management students. Better either you remodel your subject, or do not force our children to get into those localities, because they are all blazer suit approach and business degree, and rather, the jobs they prefer or the parents prefer is under ACs and all. So this thinking is zero in them. They may not accept it, that if I send them to a mentally retarded challenge students to do a project for them, or to do any live project for orphanage students or senior citizens, they are not at all interested in doing to that sector in the year 2008. But by then, the college has thought Now it is this area that we have to develop the attitude among the students towards the social sector. So why not take it up very seriously? We started introducing in the curriculum as a mandatory subject, and the students have to clear the subject. Unless they clear the subject, they do not go into the next semester. So from my learning experience, what I observed, the teaching can be done in three ways. One, so one set of students, they have to complete because they want their degree. Then we have second set of students, they come up with some learning. And third set of students, they are so involved, they come back and with a new thought process, they'll be analyzing the situation and they'll take it that area as their profession. So that's how in the year 2008, excuse me, we started off our internship with the NGOs, approximately with 34 organizations to 35 organizations. Then 2009, 10, 11, the acceptance was slowly accepted by the students. Then once when it started accepted, excuse me, we really had the contribution of the students back to the society. There were n number of students coming forward, and they starting their own setup of non-government organization. So when you compare the analysis from the 2007 till 2024, if we can, if I approximately, there were around 300 non-government organizations with whom we have interacted on 1:1 basis in giving an internship to the students, and the learning experience are unmeasurable, and the recommendations that the students suggested cannot be measured. It is a first hand live research that has been done in the institute for the past 18 years. And probably now it is highly accepted among all the management institutes for two reasons. We have to change the attitude of the student, but when it is coming to management student, the teaching should be slightly different. When are coming to the social sector teaching, it should be taught as a profit model benefiting the social cause. It is, since their degree is a business approach, analytical approach, why not expose the students to the social sector project? And the social sector live project should give them not sorry, in being a community worker, but rather being empathetic, and their understanding the grassroots will automatically give them rise or think or out of the box solutions, and they can be creators of the CSR models to the society and to the companies. The exposure that we give it to them, it's a hands-on experience, and it's not a textbook experience. So hands-on experience, live experience connecting to the grassroots will support them, their thinking skills in n number of ways. And since the whole curriculum is based on application and situation, the situation that we provided is the excuse me, the social sector. So social sector. So until so the conclusion I would like to draw from here is a profit model benefiting social cause. The teaching is done in a different way, and when we approach the non-government organization, we will be very clear that it is not highlighted they are coming there to do the community service. They'll be a part of the community service to understand how it is done. But the second part of the letter says that the students will analyze the NGO and give the recommendation and solutions to the organization. In this whole process, the entire management subjects are incorporated live on and hands-on grassroots. So live experience teaches them a lot, and the theory what we teach in the class, that is experimented in the field, and the return on the investment when they do the NGO internship is not which cannot be quantified, but definitely they come up with things like adjectives love, or rather they make them feel contented, happy, and it is n number of words that I can use in this. All I can say, they may in the whole process, all I can conclude or rather say is one set of students will would go and to the society and continue their live project even after they pass out the organization, pass out from the college. And one set of students, they really set up an NGO on their own, and they only think on that model, giving back to the society. And third set of students, definitely they will not deviate. They will always be on the right path, because the exposure to the live project makes them feel that we are happy in all ways. So when they are happy and contented, they will definitely take the right approach and positive approach in them. And not only that, they will build their moral values, and ethics will be in what they will become so ethical, they will not deviate or navigate the wrong route. So so it is the conversion. What we are doing is, the empathetic, socially conscious leaders, socially sensitized managers, and this will actually needs in all the management educational institutions. And rather would like to propose the model. The entire teaching pedagogy can be changed in the management institutes, because now AI has taken over the professors teaching. The students are so technologically so fast. Even before the professor takes out the subject, the answer is already there in the hands of the student. So teaching into the conceptual theory and all, it can be reduced, but rather the management education can be transformed in pushing the students for a 6 months of social sector project. Because if that is incorporated into them, that will be taken up as a case study approach. And probably we can look forward for the development of the country in more better way. Because when you understand the subject, the outcome will be very much so outcome. To get that outcome, we the students of the management education need to do an project with the social sector, and not for just a week or 2 weeks, a 6 months project. The entire pedagogy can be changed to that direction, because teaching inside the classroom can be limited, because the student AI has taken over the teaching of the professors. The AI can be a better teacher than the professors, because the students are technically strong and they are smart. So to these type of students who come to the management institute, the best way of teaching is making it mandatory for a 6 months of non-government NGO internship, and convert them a socially sensitized managers. So then we can see a better future in India. Now over to Shreya and Shivnaresh. What are their experiences in the management institute, having done the NGO internship and the various social activities that are carried out, and what was their learning from doing that? Because they head the committee, and they deal with around 440 students leading the committee, both of them. One area, institutional social responsibility, and the other dealing with the social activities within the college. Over to you, Shreya or Shivanaresh, whoever is taken out. Any more questions that you want to ask us, Rima? Rima?
Yes.
Yeah.
What the role does mentorship play in your teaching approach?
We continuously guide, because in the first 1 day or exposure to the students, they do not accept it, the NGO internship and all, because they come away running. It takes little of time. Then when it is time to move, they will not come out of the NGO internship. So counseling is required. You see it as an issue, you see it as a problem. They would go get scared when students are placed in especially when at the burn center. So it's an NGO which works for the people who have this burn. It's a burn center, national center for burns. So an organization which attends to the patients accidentally who are burnt and all. So that, and who are also drug addicts. So certain sensitive areas the students are not at all interested in accepting, and especially to the orphanage center where the students are not, according to them, the students it's very difficult to deal with such students, because They are not see, they come from a different background, so matching up with two different backgrounds, it's very difficult. So mentoring plays a major role in making them, the student, understand in like what it is, how to deal with it, and what is the future of it. Yeah. Any more?
Yes, one
Okay,
more.
moving to the next
What leg?
question.
Yeah.
Can you share your most memorable experience as a professor?
My most memorable experience are all the heads of CSR committee who not only enter it into the committee but serve the committee with passion right from the year 2007. And this is a 2024 batch of students who are with me inside the link. And is dealing with them, speaking to them, and making them understand how to deal with the challenges and all, because incorporating these exercises in the management education is equally tough for them. The acceptance of the students and how they manage the people skill and prove that we have to do it. So my most memorable experience and the experiences that I carry in my mind is even during the COVID time, we managed all the activities on through online. So right from the batch of 2007 till date, all the heads of the committee, dealing with them and talking to them is my most memorable experience, and it will be remaining forever.
Nice. Moving ahead, your next question is, how do you define success in your personal and professional life?
See, when it is making to success and professional life, it is very tough. Balancing both places, it's very tough. Family is also a priority. Attending to their needs is also a priority. And at the same time, surviving in an educational institute where my degree is not management and a sociologist, and the acceptance among the faculty and the students also, it was very difficult in the beginning. And now even the management student faculty accept what it is, and they are also interested in being a part of the CSR, and they also are totally involved. And that whole transition, the challenge that I have taken from 2006 7 8 9, it was difficult. There were moments, I would think of quitting the job, but job was, as I said, was a priority. But when I got an opportunity in Tata Institute, because it is area specific, I did not accept the job at Tata Institute, because I realized teaching my subject into a gray environment is more satisfying rather than working in an area which is known to you and all are known people to area. I highlighting this area into a management institute is something that is a challenge. And when I'm successful in that, definitely I consider that a equal balance has been maintained at the family life as well as the institution where I have been working.
Okay, very nice speech, Dr. Durga.
Yeah.
Okay, moving ahead, next question. How do you stay updated with the latest trend in business education?
Latest newspaper is my latest way of dealing the current day-to-day newspaper.
Okay. Your next question is, what legacy do you hope to leave behind as a professor?
The legacy I would like to leave behind as a professor, I want to create more number of students getting into it. See that right now the two students who are inside the link, definitely they carry the message and they transfer the message wherever they are into the organization, and from one generation to the other generation it will carry forward. That is nothing. If you cannot do anything good, be quiet. But don't harm anybody. If you can, give back to the society. So this is the message I would like to give to all the students. If you cannot do anything good or bad, be quiet, but don't do bad. But if you can give good to the society, give back. And if you can contribute beyond reach, do proceed. So this is what I want the students to learn and also practice and take it forward in the future also. And also I tell them, since your degree is a business degree, think the matter as a business approach only, think on the profitability only, but only think the materialist material. I'm asking them to convert the social sector as a materialistic area. So it's a look from the profit angle only, how it can be a business model to the society, and how you can create the goodwill in the society. You are not only happy internal, but you also are satisfied that you are giving back to the society. In all ways, it is advantageous and profitable.
Okay, moving ahead, next question. How do you handle students who are struggling academically?
Academically, see, actually the current generation, you see them too much of stress, competition, peer pressure and all. So basically, when they go back to this live projects, they come back that they are happy about it, they're contented. So these two make them feel that we should not compete or this thing, we should put our best. So the understanding of the grassroots experience make them realize how to deal with the situations. So the main point that I would like, I'm telling is, exposure to the live project changes them a lot. This is how we can handle the students academically also.
Okay. Your next question is, how do you measure the success for a student?
Successful student is not by the marks, but who is balanced, who is maintains the relationship, and good grasping power. Because that correction, marks might be is not, marks is not everything, but fellow student ko empathetic, and I would rather consider that a balanced student is consider him to be a successful student, or rather, if you are balanced, everything comes on its way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to ask question to Steve Naresh.
Yeah, Shivnaresh. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What inspired you to write your book, Fraud of the Past and Nation of the Future? And how has it contributed to your understanding of financial analytics?
Actually, like I have done my graduation in BCom Finance Analytics. So this book is about Atlas of Coyers. So Atlas of Coyers means here we have done a project where it consists of all the frauds which have happened, major scams which have happened in India. So we thought that so we are searching for the books. So we thought that there are so much books available, but not a particular book which contains all the frauds. So we thought that. We'll do it. So we asked ma'am, and by that time I was studying Manjari ma'am. She was the co-author of this book, and that was a starting point where this book started. And we thought that we'll take top 10 scams over there, and we'll start writing it, and we'll start reviewing about the uh, all the scams which happen in India. So that was a point where it started and where it was, and the book was published in London, and it's not in India still, and it was still it's going on, and that was a journey about writing a book, and which inspired me to write a book because which is related to scam as well as I think India has more scams and major scams which is done. So we thought that let's take that on and let them people know about it.
Okay, okay. And your next question is, can you share insight from your research paper and how it aligns with your academic or professional goals?
Yeah. So, in simple words to tell, like every common man in Mumbai knows about stock market. It's very famous and it's a very well-known common term, stock market. So, what we thought about it, every person started investing in stock market. So, we thought how the persons have that mindset to invest over in stock market, whether they are psychologically getting it or economically getting it or socially getting it. So we decided to analyze over that. So how we started it, and we had a planned to publish it in Scopus, and we have to get 397 response over there to get into Scopus, because it's an international publication. We can't do it very easily. So we thought that we'll go into it, and so that is what that how the peoples are getting the trade decision to invest over in stock market and getting the returns as they invested, or it's going zero, high risk high return, or without any risk no return. So this is a concept we gone through it, and we started circulating it. It was in my last year of my BCom. So we got around, I think, 450 responses, and it was good to publish in Scopus. And we presented the paper with Scopus, but still it was not published. And but it has been published in Google Scholar. So that was a journey with writing a research paper as well as a book. It gave me a many experience to write, because I love to write more, and that was the thing which I started with my friend to write this kind of things. So it motivated me, and I want to tell more to the society and more to the people. So that is the reason why I'm in CSR committee also now.
Okay, very nice. And also, I want to ask some questions to you,
Yeah, you're most welcome to ask the question.
Okay. Hello, good evening, everyone. Actually, my question to Mr. Shiv Naresh, on seeing that he has written a book also and has presented a paper also, is that sir, if you, when you see the market today, there are you will see there are lot of finances, as you are become from finance also. You suppose you are going to buy a four-wheeler or two-wheeler, you will get to buy to the vehicle on finance. Means it maybe it will have own its I mean to say, you can buy easily a four-wheeler or two-wheeler based on the how much there are, means debits are there, how much jitni what किश्त बनता है ना, it is like that. So my question is, this has increased the purchasing power parity of the customers, right? By the indulgence of finance and the financing process. But in the on the same hand, it has increased the competition, and also it has increased the means I should say it has increased the value of money, and everywhere there is the costs have risen, everywhere the cost of today two wheelers or four wheelers or everything, the item which can be made on finance has increased, because the due to the rise in this finances and based on the interest. But now, as I am doing an internship from SK Associates and for in entrepreneurship. So how can this factor be advantageous for making a startup? I feel it a problem, because now purchasing power parity of the customers has increased, and in the market the cash flow is all because of finance. So how can I use it as an advantage to create my own startup and later to get more customers, or means it is quite confusing for me. So kindly tell me something which can be useful for making a startup in that.
Okay, like you were asking about the like increase in the price of the things and everything, right? How it's impacting the economy as well as to your startup.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, see, the simple thing over here is India is not like when it was in 1947. Okay. Simple thing to tell. So, the purchasing power will always increase, because when When my father bought his first vehicle, it was around 40,000 or 45,000. But now it was like the average price of a vehicle is of 1,50,000 to 2 lakh rupees. So the India's level is also growing. India's economy is also growing. Population is growing. So the price of every property or everything which you buy will grow, and this will increase the generation of revenue also. And the main factor which all the public and all the people in India like have a mindset that why always our minister Nirmala Sitaram increase the tax over this, and it is generating like she's getting generating more money from the people and everything, because India has that much debt. Half of the money is going to the debt, and that is the main reason we are paying more tax. It is not on that. Take example that if you buy a bun, and if the bun is plain, there is no tax for it. If you apply cream on that, there is a tax for it, 18% tax for it, because the production of the cream requires that much materials, raw materials and everything. So always it depends on the price as well as the growth of the economy, because the price always gradually increase. It is not about increasing highly or low or getting low. See, because India is the only country which is still in the developing phase. Many countries are developing phase, but India is like a rapidly developing phase. So we can't tell that why the prices are being increased or that. So when you are getting a startup, it depends on your mindset how to attract the people first, because when you are doing an internship, you will get the mindset how to manage people. Because I'll say simply that when you are getting into leadership is not only by being in charge of it. It is about taking care of those in your charge. That is it. To simple to explain this is that. So when you are getting into an internship and knowing about what is happening in the economy, what is happening in the society, and what is the dynamic changes which is coming in the market, so that is a simple factor which you can implement in your startup maybe. So this is as per my idea.
So that means, sir, uh, the finance actually the I mean not finance, I should say the money in the market is all because of finance today. So if I also take loan from the bank and put that finance into my startup, so don't you think it will be problematic for me, because I am quite puzzled by seeing so much funding everywhere. Finance, if you want to buy a two wheeler or a four wheeler, everywhere it is. Okay, so my this is only, I just want to end my question like this. So in startup, whether make can I introduce my customers also by giving them some loans and interest based on that, so that I can increase my customers, or shall I go away from this all?
See, actually, every big companies are started by taking loan. That is the first thing. So both loan has both the benefits as well as the demerits. So if you are having a correct mindset to pay the loan, how to handle with the loan, that is your merit point. So if you are knowing that how to handle money, so you can definitely go with the loan. But you are not sure about how your business, if you are not having confidence about how your business is going to take on in the future or now, that is depends on your mindset whether to take loan or not. But loan has many advantages, but it depends on your mindset. Because when you are getting 7 lakhs loan, but then interest is 10 lakh 10 to 14%, that is in your aspect whether you want to pay it, you can pay it or not. But loan has many advantages of it to getting into a business, because every startups and every business has loan and still have their own. And also Indian government are still motivating startups to get more, because India is now more into startups. And you can search for the government scheme also. Many government schemes are there, or they are helping for the startups. If you have good idea and good things to start up, and you can approach joint ventures or a capital venture list, anything you can approach them also to get your idea succeed.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Also, I would just add one thing to start up anything like any business or anything. It's very important, like what kind of product you want to bring in or what kind of services you want to bring in. So, before finances, you need to actually understand if you have a product in mind that can actually work and it can people are actually interested in buying the product or services, then only you can go ahead with the finances step, as product is the base or USP of any business. So this is the one thing I wanted to add.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, I want to ask some question with Shreya.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Your question is, what are some of the initiatives you have led as a student, head of the CSR, Sahyog Committee, and how have they impacted the community?
I will just tell you the whole journey of me being the CSR head. Before me being the CSR head, there was some other person who was the head of CSR. I was a committee member, but I was rigorously working with Shiv and Naresh as he was the ISR head. But he also took a lot of initiative to be a part of CSR, and he took both the committees really well. But due to some issues, the other head of CSR was unable to continue ahead. So I was appointed as the new CSR head from the member. When I first stepped into the CSR head, there were a lot of work that was not put in correctly. There were events. As CSR heads, we are the biggest committee in the college. We have a strength of 40, and we also conduct the most events that come in to the college, so the participation of the students is also high in every event that we conduct, let it be organ donation event or old events of old people who are really interested. They do dance shows, fashion shows. It's for our committee is all about making some good out of the environment for people, making the oldies happy. This is something I've learned. Also, apart from CSR, it also enhances your management skills, because you're not only going to manage the students, you're also handling the teachers, you're handling with the sponsors, people who are sponsoring the event. There's a lot of learning. So throughout this 4 or 5 months, I am very thankful to Durga ma'am that she has given me this opportunity. Every person comes up with a different problem, so you have to there be quick, be there with the people. Also, the NGO internship that was handled by us, most of the work was done by our committee, because we place the people. So there are around 400 people that we place in groups in all the NGOs or organizations. I myself was a part of an organization that was known as Diabetic Health Foundation. The town foundation looked after all the research that happens in the Siddhi committee. Siddhi community is something, African West community that has come to India around 1600s. So they are doing a research on these people who are very poor and cannot look after their diabetic health, and they are doing a research about it. There were also groups that were part of the NGOs uh, that have empowered the sex workers that were rescued. There were also people have who have interned as in the NGOs, who were having children who are orphans, old age people. So there is a very good learning. At the end of the NGO, we get to showcase a PPT, a research paper. We right now, me and Shiv Nadesh are in the same class. We also have a subject known as business research method. In that subject, it's a really good subject. The teacher tells us about from the very first thing to do, what to do, and how to do a proper research study to the end of it. So everything is being taught so nicely in the college that it not only helps in the personal growth but also the professional growth, as we are going to interview for our summer internships, and the next year we are going to get interviewed for our final placements. So the corporate social responsibility committee has given a lot of empathetic knowledge about how to be really be in power but also work for the people, so that the everything that you are managing is very standardized and generalized. This is what my experience was.
Okay. Your next question is, how has your journey from undergraduate studies to postgraduate studies at SIES saved your personal and professional development?
And also, please in short answer. Okay, short answer.
Yes.
Describe in short answer.
It was actually I was a part of SIS from 11th standard, so I've completed my degree in SIS. After that, I was preparing for banking exams. I've cleared a few primary banking exams, but after that, due to some reasons, I opted for a job at eClerx. My client was Goldman Sachs at that point of time. I worked there for 2 years. I thought I wanted to grow more, and so I opted for MBA PGDM from SIS. So here I am in the college.
Okay, okay. I'm audible, Dr. Durga.
You're audible.
Okay. Uh, your last question, Dr.
Yeah.
Durga.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on online versus offline teaching methods?
See, teaching can be any way. The students who are interested, offline or online, they will definitely be a part. They'll be attentive in the class. So, offline or online teaching, there's a lot of difference. I don't agree with it. It is one and the same. Whether it is rather online teaching, I feel more better because it saves your time, and flexibility of time will be there for online, and one need not have to travel all the way from especially in a city like Mumbai and attend the classes. They can save so much of time, the traveling time, if online sessions are taken. So if you consider which is best, online only I prefer. A student can learn online or offline. If he's interested, definitely he'll be a part of the either of the teaching way.
Okay, great. Moving ahead. Okay, moving ahead, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to Dr. Durga Surekha, Senior Professor, SIES Business School, Mumbai, being our guest for today at Conversation with Consultants. Your presence and engagement helped to make it a success. Thank you providing insight into your inspirational journey. Once again, thank you, Dr. Durga.
Yeah. One second, I want our student ISA's leading head, Shivanaresh, to share his experience as a part of the institutional social responsibility, where he'll be dealing with external and non-government organization. He'll be bringing in the sponsorships and organizing those events and all. I would like to hear his experience also. So that will can conclude the session with his experience. Yeah.
Okay, sure, Srivnaresh.
Okay. Further, we could also like to thank our audience for listening patiently throughout the event. Thank you everyone for joining with us today and hope that everyone has gained some knowledge from this event. Looking ahead, we are excited to announce that our next episode 43 Conversation with Consultants will be held next weekend. We hope to see you all there. Thank you again and we look forward to reconnecting with you next week. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us all social media handles to stay connected with us. Goodbye and have a great day ahead.
Yeah. It's done. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you once again, Dr. Durga, Srivnaresh, and Shreya.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.